All right, what's up, guys? So it's been a pretty wild weekend, I guess. So let's talk about this. If you're on YouTube, you're not really into the FGC, I feel like this is worth discussing. But first off, let's give a congratulations to this guy, Nephew. Hey, what up? So this guy, Nephew, he just won one of the Capcom Pro Tour qualifiers. Just won the North America West 1 qualifier. So it's a really big deal because the way the Capcom Pro Tour is working this year is that there's not a point system. Once you win, you make it to the finals, right? We talked about with Daigo and Fudo, so that's a really big win for him. It's huge. Probably the biggest win of his career, I guess. I don't know. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about all the blow-ups that happened, mainly with Mr. Punk. So Punk, one of the best players in the entire world, he had some things to say. So here's a little clip. He was streaming his... whoops, sorry. Let me turn that on. Let me start it again from here. So this from his own stream. You can just kind of see the lag. This is a tournament match right now, right? Wait till you see this V-skill, right? Like, this is not... Look at Punk's reaction, too. He's like, are you serious? That happened, and I believe he won that match. But, of course, he won the match. But it's like, dude, this is lagging. Like, what's going on? But they couldn't stop. They had to keep it going. The big blow-up happened for the qualifying match for top 8. So Punk lost to Alex Myers. So that match as well was really bad. It was so bad to the point that Punk he said we have to redo it, right? I have to redo it. So we got some screen caps here, right? He wasn't too happy, right? We got to reset that. I couldn't even move. Come on, it wasn't fair. And then he starts going crazy. He attacks his CPT. He goes wild. Then he goes in the Discord here. So there's Valle and stuff. Valle's like, I'm sorry, those are the rules. You got to keep going. So Punk again, he's going ham, he's going crazy. And then eventually it all ends with Punk deleting his Twitter account here. So, everyone, people either they're clowning him. They're like, oh, man, he's acting like a baby. Other people are like, no, he's a professional competitor, right? We shouldn't have to play in these kind of situations. And, I feel like they're both right. But this is not just Punk, too. So this happened. Watch this one. This is even worse than the other one, I think. So this is like a top 3 match. This is from the Latin America qualifiers that happened like about a month ago. Dude, like, come on, man. Teleporting like crazy here, right? So this is a huge deal, right? This is a huge deal. This is... Of course, because of Corona, we can't play offline. So we're making do with these online tournaments. But the thing is, I don't want them to stop. I don't think the devs want them to stop too, right? I feel like even after eventually we go back to offline, these online tournaments are still going to be happening. So, like, what are we going to do about it? So something I didn't see, I don't know if this happened for the other tournaments, but this is an idea that we've talked about in other videos. So the Rage... This is the first big online tournament that happened in Japan. It happened before all this Capcom Pro Tour stuff. So Grand Blue came out, and I mentioned it before. So for the Rage League, when you entered the tournament, when you signed up, you had to take a screenshot of your PlayStation that showed you had a LAN, you were wired, no Wi-Fi players allowed, and then you also had to upload, or you also had to show your upload and your download speed. You had to hit a certain amount. And that was supposed to make everything good. Fortunately, that's not the case, right? Even in Japan, which is, super small, where everyone who played had the LAN cable plugged in, they had the certain upload and download speed like that. Even with all those, restrictions, there were still matches that were really bad. There were still Japanese players like, oh my God, like uploading clips, like I have to play in this, like, is this crazy right now? So the blowout too from all the Punk rants is he went after Alex Myers, right? He went after Alex Myers and stuff. But then Myers was like, dude, we live mad close. Like, it's not me. Like, I'm doing everything right. I'm plugged in. I'm doing everything right. Punk wouldn't believe him. They all get fighting. So, there's no answer aside from, the devs need to improve the netcode, right? We don't need to talk about that for the millionth time. But I want to know what should have happened. What do you think? Like, the most interesting part to me was Vai's position in this, right? So Punk being angry is funny, the players all dealing with this is unfortunate, but what are you actually supposed to do about it? I don't know. This is why I'm making the video, right? I want to hear what other people think, because this is definitely not going to be the last time we hear about this, right? We still have the whole rest of the Capcom Pro Tour to happen. Then Dragon Ball just announced its online tour. I think Tekken has a tour or some online stuff. Soul Calibur started an event and stuff. So we're going to see a lot more of these horrible net play blow-ups. And then what happens? What are you supposed to do? What do you do if you're the TO and this guy Doomsteak is like, bro, what the hell is going on? How can I play like this? Are you supposed to tell them to run it back? Do you say run this back? Or do you say, no, I'm sorry, those are the rules, you know? This is horrible, dude. But yeah, what was Vi supposed to do? Punk went after Vi. He went after Vi, but Vi was like, no, dude, just follow the rules. I don't know. They know what they signed up for. The other thing, too, is it has to do with your connection, right? So you roll back eventually one day, you know, just imagine we roll back and we have wired connections. I feel like even with that, eventually there's going to be bad connections. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow there will be people in the tournaments that are going to have these bad connections. What are you supposed to do? I don't know. You let me know. I'm just going to say I side with Valle. Valle told Punk, you have to hold that. I'm sorry. Hold that. I think that's the only way. It's the only way. The only thing we can do. But yeah, if you again, thank you for watching. If you didn't know, you should follow more of the FGC, because this is fun. Even without offline tournaments, you know, the entertainment is still all over the place. It's still all over there. But yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Peace.